full-capacity crowd here at the United Center on the day that George Washington was born. 2K Sports brings you the best in NBA coverage. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge.
Here we go.
These guys are hot, no doubt about it, continuing to put up win after win.
And this is what it looks like when a team has completely bought in. They are trusting each other and giving maximum effort, and the wins just keep coming.
And I think overall they've been very unselfish. They've played for one another, and that is the best kind of basketball to play.
Here are the starters for Montreal. We've got Carter, Devin Booker out there with the Cobra. Then it's Otto Porter Jr., and it's Shamet in at the 3. It's hauled in by George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got the opening field goal of the game for the Bulls.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
Now Shamet. The pass to Carter. He kicks to Booker. Feeds it to Porter. It's stolen by Wade. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Have to be very careful when you're guarding Gordon. He's adept at putting pressure on the defense.
That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Shamet. Some nice passing by Montreal here. Here's Carter. They shoot again, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
What's up? And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And so George will bring it up for Chicago. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with the Bulls head coach. He wants his guys to focus on jamming the perimeter shooters. He wants hard closeouts, no room to operate. He knows what this team can do if you give them any space on the outside to shoot. And they're going to be determined not to let that happen. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the 3 ball is a big concern for any defense. Shot clock at 5. Puts one up from 19. And it's Gordon missing. Here's Shamet. Makes it off the glass.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
George against Booker. Left side, George. Trying to get open is Gibson. A nice shot by George.
How about Paul George? Puts it on the deck, uses that explosive quickness. This guy is really hard to contain.
Passes to the Cobra. This one for 3. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's George. It's rebounded by Montreal.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. Wade outside. Back to Gordon. A steal. Now Montreal moving it up. There's Shamet. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
George passes to Wade. Another shot. Shot's good by Gibson.
Well, Taj Gibson has built his NBA game on his ability to rebound the basketball consistently. What a great nose for it he has.
Here's the Cobra. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, the shot, no good. George looking over the floor. High arcing shot. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Montreal. Booker outside. Pass to Shamet. Here's the Cobra. And here is Shamet. Down low. Here's the Cobra. Fade away. Back to Shamet. Clock at 4. Montreal needs to get off a shot. And he's good on the 3-ball. The Cobra's got 6.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Here's George. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert. The terrific timing. Porter hanging around on the receiving end.
Bulls trail by 6. Here's Ntilikina. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And George kicks to Gordon. There's the 3. And the Bulls get it back. Here's Ntilikina. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Second chance shot. No good from Gibson.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Booker against George. The pass to Ntilikina. Gordon for 3. He can't hit that time. And it's Montreal the other way. It's Porter outside. It's hauled in by George. Chicago trailing here. Pass to Ntilikina. Back to George. Shamet with the steal. Paul George with the steal. Shot by Gordon wide open. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Montreal again missing.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Now, here's Shamet, defended by George. Bounce pass from Shamet. Carter, the pass to the Cobra. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. 8 points for the Cobra.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Outside Gordon. Inside, and Gibson kicks to George. 5 on the clock. From the top of the key, Carter pulls it in. Carter's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Booker, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Chicago. Montreal shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Well, you love...
Beyond the arc. A new 14 for Montreal. From past the arc. Yes, it's good. Good for basket number 4. He's now 4 for 10.
That's his first triple of a second period, 3rd of the game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
They've got Gordon, Ntilikina out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Wade in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And Chicago has possession. For the basket by Montreal. Reddick surveying the D. The drive by Gordon. Clock at 6. The shot by Reddick, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
No problems knocking that one down. The Cobras got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Got a piece of it. And he lobs it up, and then Carter with the jam.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Nice game. Great performance by the Cobra.
Yeah, I think they've got to be talking about just guarding him a little more tightly on the perimeter or keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, period. That's about the only way you're going to cool this guy off.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Ntilikina. Gordon for 3. He's off on that one.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Now here's Reddick.
Gordon.
Passes it to Ntilikina. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A three-pointer is right on target. Ntilikina's got 5 now.
Well, this is what they want from Ntilikina. Come with an aggressive attitude and be confident in your three-point shot.
Carter down low, defended by Gibson. He gets it in there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Ntilikina. 5 points in the game. Outside Gibson. Pass to Gordon. Takes the 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
Now the pass to the Cobra. And another 3 for Montreal.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Ntilikina. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. Some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Here's the Cobra. Gets that one through the hole. Make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Pass to Gibson. And it's Wade in the corner. And the foul called on the Cobra. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
Ntilikina looking it over. To halt the run, and the layup is up and in. Ntilikina's got 7 points in the game.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Here's the Cobra. They get a hand on it. And here's Reddick. He'll bring it up for Chicago. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Outside Gordon. Reddick against Booker. Reddick passes to Wade. Just 3 to shoot. Releases. The shot by Reddick, no good. Montreal leading by 20. The drive by Booker. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, the sneaky first step of Booker. Not a speedster by any means, but still a handful on that drive.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Booker against Reddick. Back to Gibson. Now the dish to Gordon. Shoots over Shamet. It's rebounded by Montreal. Drummond's got his 4th rebound in this one. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Here's Ntilikina, defended by Booker. Connects from three-point range. Reddick's got his second bucket.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Montreal calls timeout. People look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
And Montreal making a change here. Hills check. And so it's Montreal with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they bring, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Well, for Montreal, Kenny, what's your take?
Well, they went downtown and threw a party. And fortunately, we were all invited. The key is their shooters weren't afraid to pull the trigger on open looks. And it's a blowout right now.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
What a menace he was on defense through the first two quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. On the court right now for Montreal, we've got the Cobra, Otto Porter Jr. out there with Carter. Then there's Landry Shamet, and it's Floyd in at the shooting guard. Now here's Gordon, and a miss there on the triple. Right side, Porter. Passes it to the Cobra. From deep three-point range, Chicago grabs the miss. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
That's his first personal foul.
Chicago with the ball. And the foul called on the Cobra. And that'll be his third foul so far.
That's his third personal foul.
Now here's Gibson. Here's Ntilikina. Outside Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Montreal.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Knocks down the 3 ball. 22 points for the Cobra.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Ntilikina. After Montreal picked up 3 with their last shot.
Well, put that speed to work, Mr. Ntilikina, doing a nice job attacking the defense.
The Bulls have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. And the second free throw, good. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Floyd, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Floyd's got 13 points.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Ntilikina gets the bucket.
This is critical to Ntilikina's development. Nice drive right there.
There's the lob to the hoop, and then Carter with the jam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Here's Ntilikina. 10 points for him. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
How about the dribble drive move from Frank Ntilikina, handling the rock comfortably.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Frank Ntilikina. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
A look from Gordon. And that one goes long.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Floyd. 13 points in the game. Carter kicks to Shamet. 6 to shoot. The pass to the Cobra. Now here is Carter. Launches a 3. And another 3 for Montreal.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
George passes to Ntilikina. Floyd, good. He's got 15.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Here's Ntilikina. He's got 12. Pass to Wade. Back to Gordon. Pass to Ntilikina. Shoots the 3. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Here's the Cobra. 22 points for him. Wade brings the double team. Shamet the pass to the Cobra. To the inside. It's tipped. Now here's Gordon. He's tightly guarded. Lays it up off the glass. Gordon's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Here's Ntilikina. He's got 15. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Yeah, this is not about charity, folks. That's his 4th giveaway already. He's letting his guard down out there.
The Bulls making a switch here. Redick is checked in. Booker, he's checked in for Montreal. Passes it to Shamet. Here's the Cobra. Oh, Porter in position. And then Carter with the dunk.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Hey, get on ball.
George with the ball. 11 points in the game. Clock at 6. Shoots. It's rebounded by Montreal. The Cobras got 5 rebounds tonight. Shamet on the wing. Pass to Porter. Some nice passing by Montreal here. Here's the Cobra. Again, Montreal scores.
Oh, the basketball IQ on display for Otto Porter makes the right read there.
Here's Ntilikina. Outside, George. Buries it down low. George has got 13.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
Here's the Cobra. Here's Carter. No good on that one. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Reddick kicks to Gibson. There's the pass to Wade. Outside, George. Pass to Gibson. That one doesn't go. Good work defensively by Carter. Gibson's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. And that one, good. And 11 points for Devin Booker.
I think the improved strength, right? Devin Booker willing to take on the defender, and he wins out.
The shot by George, wide open. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here's Montreal. Here's Booker. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Booker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Outside, George. Pass to Reddick. Lets it go from deep. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Booker. Great D that time from Gibson.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively. Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
And then Carter with the jam.
Well, that's the court awareness of Mr. Devin Booker. This guy increasingly becoming such a good passer.
Now George. He's got 13. Pass to Wade. Shoots over Shamet. Wade misses.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
The Cobra passes to Carter. It's hauled in by George.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bobble that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And so it's Montreal now after J.J. Redick hitting the 3. And that one's good. Shamet.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And the foul called on the Cobra. That will get it. Here's Ntilikina. Ntilikina out there with Gordon. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Hutchinson in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Cristiano Felicio. John Lure.
Here's Gordon. Off the inbound, no good.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Deflects the pass. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Hutchison passes to Felicio. Here's Hutchison. Of course, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, Which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
They get it back, lured, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
And there's the pass to the Cobra. And another 3 for Montreal.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Ntilikina kicks to Gordon. Pass to Hutchison. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Lure. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Rising to the cup, Porter showing what he can do.
So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the Bulls. Dishes it to Lure. Gordon deciding where to go with it. The shot. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Here's the Cobra. Fires the 3. And it's Lure with the rebound. He swipes the ball away again.
And you got to be careful around him.
You know, Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Here's Hutchison after the basket by Montreal. Kicks to Gordon. Puts up a 3. And no good that time.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Now the Bulls with it. Here's Ntilikina. Passes it to Gordon. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Here's Ntilikina. And the pass to Hutchison. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Chicago making a switch here. Neto's checked in. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Montreal. Andre Drummond comes in for Porter. Ntilikina passes to Hutchison. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 6 on the shot clock. Plays it up and banks it in.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Buries it from three-point range. And that's now 35 points for the Cobra.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
On deep, Neto. It's rebounded by Montreal.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Pass to the Cobra from the arc. Here's Carter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And that one misses. Teams, if they can keep the rights to their best player, we see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
Proving he belongs in this league. Ntilikina getting better at taking contact and finishing.
Carter finds Booker. Here's the Cobra. Bobbed up there for Drummond. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Here's Felicio after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Knocks it loose. The Cobra passes to Shamet. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
You can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
And Chicago has possession after the basket by Montreal. Lure can't hit.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
But they recover it. Here's Carter. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Carter's got 11 points here in just the second half. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And it's Lure, top of the key. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Montreal.
And the big difference here was accuracy from 3-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under the belt.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the Cobra.
Boy, his activity really stood out to me on the defensive end. He harassed ball handlers, came up with steals in transition. You had the feeling guys were looking over their shoulder, worried he was going to pick their pocket.
26 seconds left in the game. George, that's a 2-pointer, hits the jumper in space.
Now, Paul George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Measures the shot before receiving the pass. It's hard to guard.
Here's the Cobra, defended by Jones. The Cobra passes to Drummond. Passes to the Cobra. 3-pointer. Good. And a nice assist from Booker.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
So we see Montreal get the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alton, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.